Salvete omnes, this is Amelia, also known as TheMartianGeek, and it is time for a new project. This is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Let's be honest, you guys probably knew this one was coming. It was a 1 on the storm scale. Actually, if anyone would like me to do a video about, or a series of videos about how likely I am to LP a certain game, I'd be interested in putting together something like that. Point is, yes, it's the sequel to Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii U, and probably my favorite game of all time, actually. Well, video game. And I only say probably because it's either that or it's a tie between this and Returns. Basically, the good parts of this game are even better than Returns, but the bad parts are even worse, so it averages out. Still though, excellent game. If you have a Wii U, and unless you completely and utterly hate platformers, and possibly even then, get this game. It's amazing. Anyway, yes, copyright 2014 Nintendo, press the A button to start, and we have 3 new files. So, let us start right up, shall we? Oh, and I should mention at this point that I will be doing post-production commentary for the cutscenes, because they have a bit more personality than the ones in Returns, at least the characters do. Primary display, that would be the TV. And there's not a player 2. Analog stick for a platformer? I don't think so, or for a 2D game, I mean. So yes, we'll be using the control pad, and we'll check our options. Loading. Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday dear DK, happy birthday to me. Oh yes, it's party time! These old bones of mine could use some relaxation after the last game. I can hardly wait to dig into this delicious banana cake with frosting and... Meanwhile... It's a great day to be a Viking penguin. Lots of open sea to explore, and islands to conquer, and balloons, what the heck? What is this? Kong? That sounds ominous. Oh, this could be a problem. We better tell the king. King Frederick! I've heard stories of these Kongs, and if those simian simpletons think they can stand in the way of what is rightfully ours, then they're about to learn a very cold lesson. Your magic horn, sire. All right, apes. Do you want to build a snowman? Party, party. Smell that luscious banana. Huh? Snow? Since Gorilla Glacier melted? I call shenanigans. What's going on out here? Waste of memory, these fancy cutscenes. Back in my day, we got 4 megabytes of ROM space and we were lucky. Feel the power of the Snowmads. We don't care if you are so mad. This new place to dwell we've chosen. Now your island will be frozen. Again, beating something up. We have the start of our first level. And our main character, or at least one of them. Let's go ahead and double check that options menu. Audio and display should be fine. Yeah, one improvement they made between Returns and this game is that you don't have to use motion controls. I'm playing with the Pro Controller right now, and it feels lovely. So yeah, you can do this, or you can do this. Basically, it just depends on whether you prefer using Y or X for picking stuff up, or ZL and ZR. L and R we'll get to, and yeah, we can still ground pound, we can still run, we can still roll, and obviously jump. Oh hey, bonus room, or 1 up anyway. We no longer have the ability to blow. One thing you'll notice is that this game looks a lot prettier than Returns, and Returns already didn't look too shabby. Also, we can actually swim now, and go underwater and all that. And we still have puzzle pieces, 9 of them in this stage. Actually, the underwater parts of this game don't tend to be among my favorites. Like right here it's fine because it's only partially underwater and we can easily get out. But we have an air meter now, which is, needless to say, not a feature in the Super Nintendo games and not one that I welcome. Oh boy, that'll be a pain later on. For now we can just enjoy our nice swim at the beach, and well, I guess we'll find out what the level is called. It didn't tell us. And we have our first new enemy type, some sort of dodo bird or something. And another one, and I missed a coin. Here, birdie, birdie. Move faster, please. There's our K. Needless to say, we're not on Donkey Kong Island anymore, Toto, since the villains of this game, known as the Snowmads, did their best Queen Elsa impression and blew us off to places unknown. We have some different environments going on here. So you might notice that, well, we still have 2 hearts. You might notice the meter to the left of Donkey Kong's face icon, and it's almost full. We also have these chomper things attached to platforms. Puzzle piece number 2. Now let's see if I can find just a couple more bananas somewhere. There we go. So when that meter gets full and turns yellow, if you have a second character, which I don't right now, the piranha plant thing ate the enemy. Well, I guess we'll have to find out once we get a second character. Now this is a new feature for Returns, grabbing things and pulling them. Well, I admit it's less finicky definitely than blowing things. And I think this is another new thing. This banana trail. Well, no, maybe they were in Returns, now that I think about it, some of the minecart stages. There's our checkpoint, or at least our first one. Now, one thing they never really explain is why this first area has all this mechanical stuff, and crashed airplanes and stuff. That looks like something that might be possible to pound through. And it is, and I almost got marched. Here's our buddy barrel, and it says DD, which stands for Diddy. The reason it doesn't just say DK is because we can actually have different partners in this game. First, there's something up here. 5 puzzle pieces, doing pretty well on that. So now that we have Diddy, we can show off the thing. But let's do it in a place where there's more than one enemy. Nothing up there, is there? Back into the water we go. There's a fish. I guess here's as good a place as any to show it off. So once that meter gets full, you can press L or R to do the Kong Pow, which is sort of a limit break type attack. It turns all the enemies on screen into an item. In this case, 1-up balloons. And I missed one of them, but oh well. Speaking of one-up balloons. Excuse me. Now, I guess I should probably talk about the swimming controls a bit. The D-pad does exactly what you'd expect, though the controls do not work the same way as in the Super Nintendo games. B is to go faster. Looks like it's actually possible to hold it down when we have Diddy too. ZL and ZR are for spinning, which is how you attack enemies while underwater. I went with this control scheme for a couple different reasons, I guess. Because having Y as the button to grab stuff only makes sense. It's always Y, and if it's not, it always should be at least. Wait, how do I get that? Oh, that was easy enough. And also, that means that the second set of shoulder buttons are for ground pounding, also turtle. And, oh, I think this is also a new thing with this game. These banana things where you have to get all the bananas. Bye-bye, birds. Bye-bye, birdie. Ground pounding, right. Since both ZL and ZR can be used for ground pounding, I find it easiest to alternate them instead of mashing one button. So, we don't see any more ways to progress here, but we do see this thing. And with the great gorilla strength, we make a giant tree grow. Somehow. Just popping up out of the sand. Yeah, that works. Now, this is another new feature of Tropical Freeze. This kind of 3D camera angle. It certainly looks nice. And it's not usually, or depth perception usually isn't too much of a problem, but honestly, this is underused in this game. They show it off in this first level because it's the first level. Nice tree scenery there. And it's in a few others, but it's not on that many stages. Which is kind of sad because it's kind of neat. Is that only our second checkpoint? This is also a very long level compared to 1-1 and Returns. In fact, the levels in this game in general are longer, which I honestly can't complain about because there are fewer of them. Yeah, target monster is a penguin. These guys are... ate it again. The penguins are among the main villains in this game, along with this rabbit. They work for the guy with the big ice dragon and the horn. They are the Snowmads. They've come to take our land. Oh yes, they've come to take our land, and they've come to burn our crops and steal our horses. Oh, bonus room. Piggies! Professor Chops, I didn't know you had a bunch of brothers. And I bet I'm gonna miss some of these. Maybe. Oh, ow! So close. I bet that was a puzzle piece too. How many do we have? 6. Man! I don't like it when I do that. It's like one thing if I completely fail, but if I just barely mess up and ruin it, that's just insulting. Hello, Walrus. These are the 3 hitters of this game. And those are spikes. There's the spear, you can roll into them, obviously. The guys with helmets are the ones you can pick up. And we need to use that here because we need to hit this bullseye with something. So that it flips the platform around and we can get our G. Here's our first actual bonus room. We have different music, but it's still not particularly exciting. I want to say we have different designs too, but... I'm not being very fast on this one. Yeah, the bonus rooms aren't any better in this game than they were in Returns. Still just collect all the bananas in a single room space, and that's it. I hope they improve on that if they make one for the Switch. I guess get our results and all. 7. I bet we're gonna find the 8th one at the end of the level, which should be the 9th, because I'm almost certain that the minigame we screwed up. In fact, now that we've re-entered the stage, if that counts, I wonder if we can redo it. Sadness. Well, I'm not trying for all the puzzle pieces anyway. I'm just trying for... That was careless. I'm just going for as many as I can reasonably get, and that was definitely one I could reasonably get. But I messed it up, and I'm not going to worry too much about that. So much banana. Wow. So this is where it actually shows you about it, or tells you about the Kong Pao, or shows you. But of course, we got enough bananas to have filled up our meter for it long before this place. I'm already at 19 lives and we're not even done with the first stage. It's kind of ridiculous. These things still exist. Honk everything! Level goal. Well, there is something over here. Yep, and sure enough, that's puzzle piece number 8. Okay. I think it's easier to get the maximum 15 pounds on the DK icon too with the non-motion controlled setup. Just mash the second set of shoulder buttons alternately. So now we get to find out what World 1 is called, which is Lost Mangroves. Apparently. I could swear I remembered it being called something different, but I'll take the game's word for it. Also, the loading times are worse in this game. But yes, 1-1 was called Mangrove Cove. And now we can move on to 1-2, Shipwreck Shore. And, yeah, let's go ahead. I love this game. I'd honestly be surprised if they didn't make a third one for the Switch, but you just can't count on anything like that nowadays. So, in this stage we have 9 puzzle pieces once again. Different music, but I honestly don't find... Oh, hey, we have these. Melon bombs. Honestly, I don't find the music for 1-1 and 1-2 to be all that memorable. That'll change once we get to 1-3, but that's probably not going to happen this time. Remix of the music when you're underwater. And yeah, we still have climbable surfaces. Just more graphically detailed this time around. You've been turtled. Let's look this over here. And the dodo already respawned. Heh. Let's allow the Kongs to channel their inner torpedoed head. And another DK barrel, except this time it says DX, which stands for Dixie. Yes, she's in this game and she's even playable. And she basically allows you to double jump, sort of, with her helicopter spin. It's not as broken as it was in Donkey Kong Country 3, but it's still pretty darn powerful. So we will be using that a lot in this game to get stuff. And occasionally just to save ourselves from falling into pits. Dixie is almost objectively the best partner in this game, because she pretty much covers everything everyone else can do. Because yes, there's one more partner, and you probably have an idea who it is, if you paid attention to the cutscene, but we'll get to that in 1-3. Yeah, I see the bonus room down there. I'm just saving it for last. Boing. I try not to rely on Dixie too much just for getting through the levels, but getting items and stuff is fair game. Whee! Okay, that's a third of the puzzle pieces. 3 out of 9. Hello, shark. You don't want to get hit by the sharks, obviously. They will jump up and try to bite you if you're out of water, and if you're in water, they will chase you. But we can Kong Pao them and turn them into golden hearts, which you can only get by using Dixie's Kong Pao. That's what her variation of it is, and the golden hearts give you extra hit points. So now we can take 6 hits instead of 4. You can't refill the golden hearts except by using another Kong Pao with Dixie. Yes, well, 1, 2 is... Oh, hey, holy thing. It's a bomb. What do we do with this? Not that! Wow! But yeah, as you can see, you can't refill the golden hearts. I like Dixie's Kong Pao the best, too, except in levels where most of the hazards are instant death. Okay, it looks like there's something up there, too. But I don't see a way to get to it, so maybe not. As with Crash 3, I'm not completely familiar with everything in this game, but... I mean, I've played it enough that I'm pretty familiar. Puzzle piece number 4 for us. Hello, Dragonfly. I wonder if these are inspired at all by the Dragonfly enemies from Mega Man 3. They have a similar behavior, though these don't follow you. They kind of just move straight, stop for a bit, and then move a different direction. So we need one of these guys to get that. Another puzzle piece. We'll just go ahead and leave those turtles alone. We'll just bounce off them. Whoa! Doesn't hurt them, so basically it's all the same to the clam. Dixie's also really good for these banana things because of her extra jump height going on. Anything underwater here? Besides this fish and these bananas. And these bananas. Looks like that's it. So I don't know if this is a feature in Returns or not, I don't remember, but we can ground pound on those bouncy platforms to bounce higher on them. Yeah, run right into the dragonfly, sure. Anything up there? No. Okay, time for the first relatively long underwater section. Air bubbles and everything, which we'll need to use. Because freaking air meters. There's stuff over here, there's stuff over here. Let's go over here first because it's less on the way. And it's a puzzle piece. That was an easy one to get. Gonna save that DK barrel in case or DX barrel. It's a DK barrel. They're all DK barrels. I'm gonna save it till I get hit, until or unless. I think that in underwater areas, DK barrels also refill your air, but don't quote me on that. Okay, coins, that's it. Okay. I mean, I can't complain. That, however... Fish. Yeah, again, another easy puzzle piece. Okay, let's see. Let our air meter run out for oh. Let's not stand directly in the bubbles. Or, stand isn't exactly the right word since we're underwater, but okay, yes, they do refill your thing. This big fish here is the... basically what to the regular fish, what the walrus is to the above water enemies. 3 hits to get rid of it. If this is our second or third checkpoint. Yeah, long levels in this game. Down here. Another puzzle piece and a shark. Go away, shark. We don't like you right now. We get a coin here if we bounce off all 3 of these guys, which is pretty trivial with Dixie. So that passage right there, we're not actually going to get that yet, because that's another hidden feature of Tropical Freeze. Levels can actually have secret exits in this game. Just bananas, okay. And down there, that's where the secret exit for 1-2 is. But we want to get the normal exit first. I mean, I guess we could get the secret exit first, but it doesn't really matter either way. Well, there's all our puzzle pieces anyway. And that looks that dangerous. Can we duck under this? Okay, we can. Well, I'm actually going to check underwater to see if there's anything useful. More bananas. And this thing. Okay. So yeah, there's not much of a reason to go under there. You will get plenty of... I thought the spin would work on that guy in that way. You'll get plenty of bananas in this game. Ah, only 14. 40 extra lives and we've only finished 2 stages. Why even have a life system if you're gonna give the player that many? Not that I necessarily have a problem with life systems, but I don't really care too much one way or the other. I don't think they actually add anything to the game in this day and age. Except maybe in something like Mega Man, where it's a challenge just getting through, and even that's debatable. So anyway, we have the shop, but we also have the secret exit. And since this is already running pretty long, I'm going to go ahead and cut to the part where the secret exit is. So see you guys in a bit. Okay, here we are. That actually didn't take too long. It's amazing how much faster this level goes when you're just trying to speed through it. So we go down here, and there's a current pushing us back, so we actually need to have Dixie for this, because she can use her hair basically like a propeller. Which is an annoying thing about some of the secret exits in this game. It's not too bad here because the level's easy and there are plenty of DK barrels, but... well, let's just say there are some later levels where one or both of those things is prominently not the case. But for right now, we're fine. Secret exit, get. Oh. Yeah, once you've gotten the Kong letters once, there's no real point in getting them again, unless they happen to be on the way. They just won't get you anything extra. So yes, now we can do either of 2 levels next. We can do 1-3, or we can do 1A, which actually just leads to 1-3. So if you're just trying to get through the game, there's no real point in getting the secret exit there. But of course, if you're trying to do every level, as I am, then yeah. So like I said, I'm going to save the shot down there for next time, because, partly thanks to the cutscene at the beginning, this one's already running pretty long. So, we've started on a new game, and it's a good one. And I look forward to playing the rest of it. So I will see you guys in the next episode.